my back feels... Okay.
Jeez.
A self-driving car just saved this woman's life. But moments like this don't always have such a happy ending, especially when humans are in control.
You know, there's 40,000 people or something dead in just the US alone, like every single year.
The uncomfortable truth? Robots are simply better. And this video might just prove it once and for all. I flew 6,000 miles to experience Tesla's forbidden full self-driving inside the most dangerous city on Earth. Vertical hills, ancient cable cars, people enjoying various substances, and of course, robots absolutely everywhere. Despite all of that, my first ever drive was no match for FSD, and the AI passed it with flying colors. 30 minutes of pure smoothness, zero disengagements, and almost no drama. Luckily, that changed fast. Just hours later, I found myself riding shotgun on a private test drive with AIDRIVR, an ex-Tesla engineer and living legend in the autonomous driving world. Together, we took FSD deep into the lawless maze of San Francisco, the true capital of chaos, to find out whether robotaxis really are humanity's safest bet, or just another overhyped AI fantasy.
There's no way I can make that. This is when people are the most pissed off.
I'm going from work.
A lot of these people are like on drugs, just to say it kindly, and not caring about themselves or anybody else. So I had to let you experience a real stress test. Flying all this way, 6,000 miles, and going from regular autopilot to version 13 is crazy.
So this is it, huh?
This is it. This is a difficult intersection because they're gonna let us through and they're not. Okay, so they're doing the proper thing. There's no stop signs here.
Okay.
But you kind of have to force your way through here.
Okay.
So,
and
like this is just
did.
Yeah, that's just how it works.
So guys, welcome. AIDRIVR is just taking me through
A windy road.
a crazy San Francisco FSD gauntlet. On my first ever visit to the USA, he came to help, like, it's Avengers Endgame, and he popped up from a portal with his Tesla.
Is that a fake baby in there? I think that's a fake baby. I think they was pushing around a fake baby.
Fake baby in the stroller, acting as a crash dummy for our first ever ride through the most crooked street in San Francisco. Have you ever actually done Vermont Street?
No, I haven't.
They say that is the most crooked street.
Really?
Yeah, that it's like worse than Lombard Street.
Interesting. I might have to go there.
Look how it's doing it so confidently and quickly.
Yeah.
I personally would drive like 3 times slower here.
Oh no, yeah. There's a lot of tourists who block this street. You can just see, like, if you look at the curbs going around here, they're just covered in rubber and marks from hitting this. But yeah, with the latest versions of full self-driving, this is just basically completely effortless at this point.
It did a full stop, which is something that...
There's a bunch of people standing directly where we're trying to go. So it's just gonna sneak through here.
Oh my god, it's so assertive. It was so menacing for those people to...
Yeah, so interesting thing is, like, it's with self-driving cars, it's not only how the car reacts to its surroundings, but it's also how the surroundings react to what the car is doing. So I've noticed it nosing into areas and asserting itself, especially when end-to-end took over. I don't have a destination set, so I think it's just gonna...
Yeah. Well, if you have something that's...
You see that? It was ready to go and it stopped because those people were running into the intersection.
Yeah. Super cautious, even though it's still super assertive. And do you have some, like, challenging destination in mind that you could quickly, like, pop in? Or do we just, like, go YOLO?
I mean, in my videos, I literally just I literally stop at the side of the road and I look on a map and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. It looks like there's an alleyway there, and I just go for it. So we could go to... I know you were talking about Whole Mars. One spot he likes is right under the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, sure.
Did you go there?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of...
I didn't go there on FSD, but we could definitely do that. Like in the more like touristy areas.
Yeah.
to get some people interactions.
Yeah, so there's always a lot of traffic down here.
Is it gonna bog you about like looking at the screen too?
So everybody has differing opinions about this. I think it's pretty good. I'm able to look at the screen now, and it doesn't bug me too much.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, this is kind of a tough situation because we just overtook the Waymo, and I don't know if this guy has enough room. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, my commentary is not going to be great.
I think it's amazing, man.
I need to.
I'm here to support.
Gotta focus.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do live commentary.
It's much better to focus on the road and do the VO after.
No, I seriously
feel it too.
People like Chuck Cook and Dirty Tesla are like magical. I don't understand how they can, talk and make sense and say interesting things while they're supervising the car. Like all my attention, especially when it's San Francisco. Any other place that's very relaxing now, but just.
So you think this actually is like the greatest battleground to proof test FSD?
It depends. Like the one thing that San Francisco guarantees is randomness. Like there's just earlier on our drive, we had somebody dart out behind a construction sign at the last possible moment without looking in the road. And it's like, you just constantly have to be ready for something like that to happen because a lot of these people are like on drugs. Just to say it kindly, and not caring about themselves or anybody else. So, and that's the way they drive around here too. A lot of disrespect on the road. So, as far as like triggering interesting things to happen, yeah, I think this place is probably it. But there's also other places like the hills in Berkeley that I drive.
That's been your favorite spot.
That's my favorite spot, just because those Berkeley hills were made at a time where there wasn't very many people there. So the roads being small are fine, but now there's just littered with parked cars up and down the road. And it creates pinch point situations everywhere you go. Plus there's a lot of cyclists and pedestrian action there too.
You've mentioned that the newest version of FSD, while it can deal with the Berkeley hills without any significant issues, it has like a weak point specifically here in San Francisco, right? Like the mapping issue.
I think the mapping issue is still the biggest thing, because like, for example, if there's a U-turn in the navigation route and the intersection says no U-turn, as long as it's safe to do so, the car is going to try to do the U-turn. Like it's not, I don't think it's looking at the signs and reading them like we are, at least yet. Yeah.
It's just taking the whole situation in and deciding what to do based on that, right?
Yeah.
So like it's including the signs, but not maybe focusing enough on them.
Well, I mean, it's hard to know what it's thinking.
Yeah.
This is a tough intersection. It's because these people don't stop.
Yeah.
That's how intersections in San Francisco are.
Okay. This brake was maybe a little bit too harsh in my opinion. Like could have been a little bit smoother.
Yeah,
but that's just like nitpicking at this point, right?
Yeah, you should have tried older versions of FSD.
Yeah, I guess I'll never get to experience that.
You should take a human taxi around here and then tell me what you think.
Why would I do that? When we've got Waymo and AI drivers going around.
Yeah, exactly. AI drivers everywhere here. But I also do think that's why Waymo set up shop here, and they started here first, is because it's a good proving ground.
Definitely. And there's so many of them as well. I thought that, I would see one here and there, but I frequently see like 3 Waymos in the same intersection, which is something I didn't expect. Oh my God, this is like the steepest hill that I've ever sat in a car on.
You should, we might have to try going up the hill.
Hey, there's a Cybertruck over there.
Yeah. But it's extra scary when like you're going up a hill and there's a stop sign.
Let's do that.
And there's like cross traffic, and then you literally just cannot see. And
I went up some steep hill on my first drive, but it wasn't as steep as this.
Yeah, there's some good ones. We'll have to go back.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah, we'll just drive around.
Okay.
We're going to a pretty interesting spot.
All right. Especially now with the traffic heating up after work, right?
Oh yeah. This is when people are the most pissed off.
Going from work.
Everybody's ready to get home. They're just not thinking about driving. They're probably watching a YouTube video on their dash.
Hopefully it's either your video or my video.
Oh, you know, for sure. Yeah. No, if it was one of my videos, they'd probably not be driving themselves.
They would at least be on FSD, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But God, it's gotten so good, man. Oh, look. Bought before Elon went crazy.
Oh, that's the first time I'm seeing that.
Oh, yeah?
Actually.
Yeah.
And I've seen, like, I've looked at most of the Teslas driving around and never noticed that before. So I guess even here in the bastion of the left, it's still...
Well, that's you know...
How does that work?
Political. That's mainly... Yeah, it's tough. It's... Everything, you know, is on a pendulum and things swing back and forth. There used to be...
Oh, yeah.
Used to be the people who cared about climate change. They were all about Tesla and EV and stuff. And now it's the people doing coal rolling on people. They're all about Tesla now, you know? So who knows what's going to happen next.
For sure.
It is really interesting, man. You look at the news coverage on stuff. Wild.
Oh, okay.
That's another area where it's improved a lot. Like that was, you know, tiny little tap on the brakes just to let you know, like, okay.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's like, well, it lets you know, like, okay, I see it. But older versions, you know, up to version 11 would probably brake pretty hard. Anytime it wasn't within, like, if the distance was too close, it would just kind of freak out and brake.
Yeah. And the same with pedestrians, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would, like where we're going right now, version 11 would not be able to make it through. Well, you know, I don't mean to say that. It would make it through eventually, because I push those things to the limits, those versions, and if you give it enough time, generally it'll figure it out. But the thing is like you want to intervene way before that, because the car is doing something, like it's making computer mistakes.
You want it to be practical, basically.
Yeah, you want to get to where you're going, and not have all these awkward situations happen. So yeah, I think that's the main thing about the lack of disengagements, is because it's just so smooth now, is you don't even feel the need to disengage.
Yeah.
Where if you knew, like in older versions, if you knew, like if that was about to happen and you saw it coming, I'd probably, like if I wasn't recording a video, I'd probably just disengage.
Yes.
Because I knew what was coming. I knew there was going to be a hard break.
Yeah.
But now it's like you can just
let it.
Yeah, you can just chill for the most part. It's just crazy people you have to worry about.
Full self-driving is super cautious around vulnerable road users, and the next two situations show that perfectly.
Oh my god. That's a nice edge case right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Then we're going to have to get back in this lane over here. I don't know if it's going to... See what happens here.
And let's see if it knows about all the closures that are here because of the Figma config. There's a few streets that I think they're closed up.
Oh yeah, let's see. We'll see what happens up here.
What happens is that an oblivious pedestrian just steps into the road right in front of our car from a blind spot behind this sign, so pay attention to how FSD reacts.
Because my back feels... Okay.
Jeez. That was...
Props for not taking over, man.
I had my foot on the brake.
That was crazy.
Oh, that was a close call.
I'm gonna put that one like right in the intro of the next video.
Oh man, it's hard to talk. Like whenever, especially in San Francisco, you can't let your guard down.
Zero intervention so far. It feels like
this might be the first one, because we're definitely in a turn only lane right now. Oh, it saw the arrow. We'll see if anybody's gonna be nice. We'll see if somebody's gonna be nice. Oh, it's forcing its way in. This guy does not want to let us in. Oh no. He didn't let us in.
So it's gonna have
what
to...
a dick. That's the other thing, it is a little passive sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes it's passive and other times it's very aggressive.
Do you have it on like hurry mode right now, or?
So there's I have it on standard,
Yeah.
but right now, like, this is something else interesting that not a lot of people know. If it doesn't say anything, like it doesn't right now, there's like this fourth mysterious profile.
I know. I've heard you say that.
Yeah,
in the video.
and this is when it's allowed to reverse. Whenever it's
Yeah.
in chill, standard, hurry, it has like, it feels completely different. But when it's in this mode, and it comes and goes, but when it's in this mode, it feels completely different.
Right.
Nicely done.
What is it gonna do now? Oh, we just got like one lane over, and that solved the problem, right?
Yeah, well, for now.
We had.
This is as clear as I've ever seen it. Usually this is...
many more people.
Yeah, we'll see what it does at the end of the drive here, but...
The simple fact that we have to speed this video up 5 times tells you a lot about how far FSD has come in the last 5 years. And while this section under the famous Golden Gate Bridge was easy, there's more than one huge challenge still coming up later in the video, so keep watching until the end. And while you're at it, drop a like or a quick opinion on full self-driving down below. Do you think it could handle your hometown?
The more I use AI to do things, the more scared I get of it. I'm not, like, I just...
Okay.
Looks like the legacy system thought that we were going to collide there. Still have instances where the legacy, like, auto brake system overrides self-driving.
Oh, interesting.
Had that happen a few times. But yeah.
And now I really want your opinion on how the car behaves here, because I'm frankly not sure. We're starting FSD from a standstill, but an oncoming van is approaching, and there's just not enough room for both vehicles. The Tesla could start backing up and make space for the van, but instead it asserts itself and goes forward to meet it. Since the obstacles are on their side of the street, it should be expected for them to make room, right? At least in Europe.
Is it actually going to reverse?
No, it's going to wait for this. I mean, it could. Oh man, it's so nervous.
This is...
Come on, you can do it. You can make it. Come on.
Did you nudge it or not?
No, I'm not nudging at all. Sorry. I mean, all he has to do is pull over into that very empty spot, and we could have got by. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but we can't, like, drive through the bushes. They're turning the wheel.
Yeah, they're making space.
There we go.
Oof, that's pretty close.
Yeah. It's the San Franciscan way. This is an interesting starting point because the map doesn't know that this is a place you can drive. So right now it has us driving off the edge here.
All right.
So this is a good spot to get the car really confused. I'm just going to put it into an even worse situation.
Just drive it all the way
Yeah.
up there.
So we'll just we'll see how this goes. So it already...
It's like instantly.
Okay, that was too easy. Too easy. I gotta go all the way over here. Yeah, it instantly is like, okay, we're going in reverse. So you can see, like,
Dude,
it's
so
constantly when you're manually driving, you'll see the path planner constantly adjusting, like, oh, if I was driving, I'd be doing this right now, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
And it's already running in shadow mode in Europe as well. You just can't see that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure they're collecting
so much data and.
So see, so it's looking for the road that it cannot find. This is why this is such a good spot. We'll see how long it takes for it to figure this out.
That's backing up into this parking spot.
Yeah, you can't go that way. There's no way out. There's no way out.
Backing up into the trolleys is my specialty with auto park.
Oh, it's genuinely confused right now.
So it like parked itself and gave up.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I might actually have to help it.
Let's see what happens.
It wants...
It's trying something different.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, is that some of the results that I get aren't consistent, I guess.
Like for sure, why would they be? You know.
Yeah, no,
It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
a neural network.
Exactly.
It's non-deterministic. So.
Exactly.
And the environment is changing all the time.
Exactly. I tried to do the object avoidance test again that I did a while ago, and had so many different. I gotta try that again and put up a more scientific method of testing.
I would do that if I were you. Like, look at that Mark Rober video, man. It's like such a low-hanging fruit to actually, and the guy actually did that like properly the next few days on hardware 4, and
oh yeah, I know, I saw that.
it's like,
yeah,
no man, that's not how any of this works.
I might actually have to help it out here. It is so confused.
it's just
it parked itself again. It's like, what do you want me to do? There's no way to get over there.
Yeah. There's a car as well.
All right, yeah, we'll just oh, it might have figured it out.
It's seeing all those cars come from there, so maybe it's just like, huh,
Yeah,
let me take a look
Yeah.
where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Now we've got some progress. Now it's actually seeing like look at how it's visualizing the road to our left, even though it couldn't possibly see it, right?
No, there's no way. There's no way it can see that road to the left. And the other,
Is there that road?
yeah, no, that's and I believe it's a 3-lane road too, just like it's displaying. So that's the interesting thing here, is that the visualizations, I think, are using some amount of map data. You can see it also thinks it's also wants to try to
confirm that right
turn
now.
left. Yeah, exactly. But I also think that since version 13, the visualizations are almost completely disconnected from the car.
Oh yeah. I always hear people telling like, oh no, it can't see that because it's not on the visualization. And I'm
Yeah.
like, nope.
Yeah, so
Not how that works.
it abandoned
anymore.
its navigation route, so that was good. But yeah, they've slowly gotten rid of all, like, it used to highlight cars in blue that it was yielding to.
It's not doing that anymore.
Not anymore at all. It's not even showing turn signals on cars anymore, only brake lights. There's a lot of things that they have just completely gotten rid of.
You think they'll ever like remake the visualization with the
This happened last time too.
Okay.
See, it's on kind of hog in the middle here.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of harsh.
Yeah, this is a
But
tough.
now it's going.
We made it! FSD passed even the hardest challenges of the most dangerous city on Earth. Share this video with your skeptical friends who still believe self-driving cars are 50 years away, because they really need to see this. Now, let's look into the future. Click here to watch the first part of my collaboration with AIDRIVR, where he revealed his wildest predictions for Tesla's Robotaxi rollout, which might be upon us any day now, and you don't want to miss it. So go ahead.